There is change happening all over the country. It can be witnessed every day in the media, news, movies, and TV shows. In our lifetime, we have seen so many changes across this great country in many aspects of life, perhaps none as large and important as medical and recreational cannabis. For most of the 20th century, cannabis was illegal and deemed to have no medicinal value. There was little to no research of any kind allowed, and millions of Americans were arrested and incarcerated for possession, use, and distribution. The cost to society in ruined lives, broken homes, lost productivity, and incarceration of otherwise law abiding citizens is incalculable. Recently, though, states have started changing their laws. More than half the states now have laws that allow for the use and possession of medical and or recreational marijuana. Florida has taken the first baby step in the direction of legalization for medicinal purposes. I strongly believe that marijuana should be legal in Florida and throughout the nation, not only for medical use but for recreational use as well, following the model that Colorado is using. There's a complex history of how marijuana has been classified within the U.S. that really has an impact on the legality of medical marijuana. Since the 1930s, marijuana has been illegal nationwide, and then in the 1970 Controlled Substance Act, classified marijuana as a Schedule I drug, which means it's the most addictive and habit-forming. The bill for Florida has gone on the ballot once already to get medical marijuana legalized. The previous time that medical marijuana was on the ballot, it got denied because there were discrepancies in the bill. The Florida Right to Medical Marijuana Initiative, Amendment 2, was on the November 4, 2014 ballot. The bill was less than 3% away from the 60% needed for the bill to be passed. The Florida Right to Medical Marijuana Initiative is placed on the 2016 ballot with some alterations. This newly proposed 2016 measure closes loopholes regarding children being able to be prescribed marijuana without parental consent and further defines the term debilitating condition and placing accountability on the shoulders of doctors who negligently prescribe marijuana to patients. Looking to the future, the government at federal, state, and local levels can do essentially three things. 1. Status quo. 2. Incremental slow change. Or 3. Move quickly to the future and reform the law to end prohibition in all forms. If the government chooses to continue prohibition on marijuana and fight the drug war, then we can expect the same results we have seen for the last several decades. Drug cartels will get richer and contribute nothing to society other than violence and corporation. Large corporations with vested interests in alternatives to marijuana, such as pharmaceutical companies, would continue to reap windfall profits, while the sick get sicker, suffer, and ultimately some will die prematurely. We will never know how many could be helped or what cures and treatments could come from cannabis, and, of course, millions will be arrested, tried, and incarcerated, while the rest of society foots the bill, and economic loss from a smaller workforce paying to keep millions in prison can only be speculated as staggering and depressing. In Colorado, the government is projected to receive over $100 million in annual tax revenue from business selling recreational marijuana. These numbers are extremely increased and outstanding, and if marijuana were to be legal in Florida, imagine how much money our state could make on tax revenues just for marijuana in 1 year. Cannabis is used by a substantial percentage of citizens of all kinds, rich and poor, highly and poorly educated, sick and well. According to Bernie Sanders, the land of the free has become the worldwide leader in rates of incarceration, with more people in prison and jail than any other country in the world. More than half of our incarcerated population are in jail or prison for marijuana-related crimes. Our last 3 presidents have admitted to smoking marijuana recreational. Something must change.